Welcome back, everybody.
Hey!
So, I want to complain about my pot pie I had last night.
Okay, I kind of want a pot pie
all right.
now.
This is bad design. Hear me out. I had a pot pie, and it's very simple, but it was just enough for me to realize.
I think I know what
when you look on the other side and it's telling you how to cook it, I was looking at the microwave directions, and the directions were basically as thus: take pot pie out of container, put in microwave on microwave safe dish for 3 minutes. Period. Continue to cook for 1.5 minutes. Period. Take pot pie out. It told me to cook it for 3 minutes, and then immediately after another sentence told me to cook it for 1.5 minutes. Now normally that's what happens when you cook it for 1.5 minutes. I don't know if you've ever had pot pies, but they tend to be molten.
Yeah. How about that ear ringing?
Still with the ringing.
You know, that could have been shorter.
I agree.
I know that Call of Duty does that with flashbangs and such.
But they also do it at a certain pitch that doesn't quite drive you mad.
Yes. Yeah, that was a bit too long. I thought the pitch was fine. Honestly, the pitch was fine. It could have been a little bit shorter. Although the entire explosion, I thought it was nice.
Yeah.
It felt destructive. It sounded destructive. It was good.
I don't know if you noticed either.
But I honestly, I never really like that ringing effect.
No, it's tough to do that right. That's one of those danger sounds.
Yeah.
I actually have kind of dealt with that in some of our videos, where if I'll put like a like that beep noise that you get when someone cusses and you want to beep it out. Mm-hmm. That's hard to work with. To make it not like ear piercing, and that's how I feel about that sound effect too.
Mm-hmm. How was this hologram getting picked up by a motion detector?
That was the first thing I thought too, but whatever, it works.
Huh. And more like a visual detector than a motion detector.
Right? Well, I guess motion detectors could function off of light, and it is
emitting light.
So
I guess that's fair.
There you go.
Future tech, man.
Life support. Atmospherics.
But that being said about the tinnitus sound effect, I get it, and that would totally happen when you're that close to a sound effect anyway, so why not put it in? Why not use it? I just never like it, but that could have been shorter, so there we go. I'm gonna stop bitching about it now.
I love the robot
So I'm gonna
voices,
keep
though.
bitching about my pot pie though. Why would you tell the person to cook it for 3 minutes and then tell them to cook it for 1.5 minutes without putting a separator there? Why not be like poke some holes in it or flip the pie over or whatever? No, straight up, just cook it 3 minutes and then cook it 1.5 minutes. That's really dumb. I'm just saying.
That is pretty dumb. But now I want a pot pie.
Oh. It was a pretty good pot pie.
Yeah, I hope you brought some pot pies.
I didn't.
By the way, I think they've...
Your poor design.
Oh.
So they basically...
I think they've nailed the radio voice quite nicely. Or the intercom voice, I guess. Quite nicely. I like it.
I agree.
Good.
I think the voice acting, I think, sound-wise, is probably the best thing in this game.
Okay.
I love their robot voices. I love the radio voices.
The robot voices are a lot of fun.
All of the... I'm assuming that a lot of clues are handed out in the dialogue whenever it's being represented in this game. I'm guessing, right?
More of the clues are hidden in the text than the audio, actually.
It's actually true. If you don't go... if for at least the beginning of the game, it forces you to read through a lot of the text in order to know where the hell you're going.
Okay.
Yeah. So here's a fun tip. If you try to so you can override the lock on this door before we ventilate it, and it'll open up and we'll just die immediately because it's full of toxic gas.
Yeah.
So the whole point of what we just did, going through here, going down underground, and then coming back up this elevator, was simply to get that holographic image thing generator from the party room over here to go into the security room to unlock the motion detected room to ventilate this room so we could go here.
So close.
We went in a
so far.
huge circle.
Huh.
I found her. Your daughter is in the medical bay.
Oh. Well, that's good news.
Better a huge circle than having that be on the other end of the... Oh, wait, what are we on right now? A ship or something?
Some sort of ship.
Exactly. Yeah, I guess.
Better that being nearby than on the other end of the ship, because that wouldn't make sense.
Wait, aren't we on Jupiter?
No,
No?
we're not on a planet. We're in the ship that we saw at the beginning cutscene of the game. I don't know which one though. Presumably we're in the ship that's being towed. But I don't know.
What do you mean? Should we fix it?
No, I don't think so.
There's no other way out of there.
There has to be. You look around.
Fuck, this is all falling apart.
So something else that happens at some point is the corpses will show faces for certain bodies, which I found interesting. I don't know if it has any significance because some of them don't have faces. They just show like blank things.
I imagine at least the PDFs or whatever that you find throughout, they might actually be those people that we find.
A lot of them are actually.
I mean, there were a couple, like last couple episodes.
Yeah, for the most part, the PDAs are on the bodies, the already dead bodies. So it's like, well, obviously this is who it is. But
yeah.
So if you notice, obviously we went here to go to the tram, right? Tram is broke, so now we have to find another route. We went into this other room. Get out of here. So we went into this other room first because it seemed like probably the room we should go in first if we're presented with those two options, which I would say is because of the way that this room is lit, and see how this is kind of like, it has, I don't know.
No, you're right. I would say that the light and the blood streak leading there immediately draw your attention.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, if I saw that, I would love to go down that room.
Right, so
Yeah.
it kind of gives us a reason to check out this room first, because it's like, well, this is a side path, so this is probably something that we're going to have to pick up equipment for to go to the next room, right?
That's using game logic.
Game logic.
Yeah.
But I mean, most games operate under that kind of psychology, I think.
So your players are going to know what the hell they're doing.
Exactly. So we go in here and we're like, okay, well, there's a bunch of these crate things. I don't know what this means, but, weird symbols, right? And we're like, okay, cool. And then, get out of here.
Exit. Press
Oh.
the exit button.
Every other interface in this game, you just, like, click off to the side, or there's those little arrows. Well, I guess the PDAs you have to click exit on. A little bit of inconsistency in the UI.
And the player. Oh.
Whatever.
We only have 2 minutes. Keep playing.
Hey, it has 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
So we see that the tram is broke, and then we go, okay, well, obviously that other room has the solution. Suddenly, now we have a reason to...
a solution to that.
Right. Well, we see, okay, we need to get to the medical bay based on the dialogue that just happened.
Okay.
So now we have to... we look at this and we go, okay, I have to remember this. There's some weird U-shape, some weird squiggly T, and I've dubbed this a weird V. So, okay, UTV.
Weirdest key shape ever.
And then we go over here to the little shipment thing, and we push some buttons on the switchboard.
Oh, hey, cool.
Grabbing the shuttle.
So it's not a tough puzzle, right? Like, it's very obvious what we need to do.
I want to listen to how this sounds too when you do it.
Whoa.
That was probably the only line of dialogue that sounded terrible.
Yeah.
That was a little odd.
That's not what I want.
T was next.
T. There you are. And then...
The thing that you said looks like a V. I think it looks like an SR.
Sure.
Yeah.
I love that this sounds like a slot machine.
We're gonna go...
And then if you get it right...
in the crate?
No, wait, that's wonderful. It sounds like a... Sorry.
You can see both.
It sounded just like a slot machine, and if you got it right, you get a prize of going somewhere.
They do have
I love it.
Large box.
They do kind of have a habit of having those sound effects with some of these little, like, tech panels. There was a point earlier in the game where we charged a tram so we can get to another area, and when it was charged, it gave kind of a, like,
Yeah.
like a, you did it kind of sound.
I love
a
it.
little out of place.
Because, no, I don't think it's out of place. I think it's fun.
Oh.
I think it's entirely fun because they have the rest of this game, all the ambience and the other sounds are all
Very
serious and they're relating to the environment. These are just playful. And they're just lovely to have in there. I love it. Perfect.
The other reason I like it too is because it's those sound effects are coming from things in the environment, like in the game. It's not like the game is making those sounds because it's a game. It's actually integrated into the world.
Yeah.
So it's like you can see that they're trying to make it the sounds a little bit like happier in this world, even though it's dark and gloomy.
Yeah, and
then
if the ship was in nice working condition and it was up and running, it wasn't having some sort of calamity on it.
Right, it'd probably be kind of nice.
That's a fun little thing to have on your dreary day working on a dark ship.
Yeah.
Come over to this panel and have to work with it and have it sound like a slot machine. That's lovely.
Yep.
I like it.
So,
Well done.
Unless you had a gambling addiction.
Well, let's not get too far into this.
All right, you're the one I wanted to talk the design of the sound. All right.
Fuck you.
whoa!
Whoa, whoa,
Hey,
whoa.
hey, don't make me come over to that couch.
We're on.
I will turn this couch around.
Yes, do that. I want to see that. I want to see that.
So this is
Anyway.
the end of the episode. Woo! Goodbye, everybody.
Have a great
Before
time.
these two start bickering again.
Woo! Because Nathan's a dick. I'm just kidding. I love you. I love you,
Oh,
Nathan.
I'm
Nathan,
not kidding. I'm
I
kidding.
love to hate you.
No, you know what? I'm glad I bring you that joy.